I'm taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah, the crown. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Hello everybody, it's me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Welcome to another exciting review. This time no reaction, because obviously we don't really need that. Episode review of the 7 Deadly Sins Season 2, Episode 2. This week's episode of the 7 Deadly Sins, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So you sit down, this may take a while. Well, I don't know really about much of a while, but just to break it down for you, so it's not too incredibly long. So anyways, when it comes to the 7 Deadly Sins for this episode, well, we got a lot of things to talk about. Well, I guess we can get the whole romantic subplot out of the way when it comes to basically Elizabeth and we have Diana. And Diana is pretty much like comforting with Elizabeth, pretty much saying that, because apparently before we get to those two, we have a scene where Meliodas is acting completely off character, where he's not pretty much acting like himself, and it's obviously because of the revival of the 10 Commandments, which he does explain also to Merlin about it. And even Merlin herself was actually shaking. She was just like, what the fuck? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I kind of got a little startled there for a second. And it's kind of funny too that Hawk actually ate those magic repellents or whatever those things are that made Hawk act a little strange. That's pretty much the same kind of medicine pills that Merlin pretty much gave to GOWTHER. Now GOWTHER himself, okay, now let's get to this stuff. So it looks like the ending is setting up for GOWTHER versus Diana, but I don't know if we're going to begin that next episode, because it looks like we're going to be focusing from the preview on a certain relic treasure of a weapon of Meliodas's. So it kind of looks like he's going to finally complete the sword that he got from the sheep. Which is cool, because I'm actually glad, because even though it's kind of cool how he has like half of it like there, it kind of looks like he's finally going to get the blade to its full potential. And honestly, that's pretty fucking hype. I am really looking forward to actually seeing that. But then moving on forward, like I said, with the whole Elizabeth and Diana thing, it turns out Diana does finally admit that she has feelings for King, because she's finally getting her memories back and starting to remember stuff from King, saying that, well, you know, when I was a kid, you know, he made this promise to me saying that he will always love me, and he didn't really, and she finally remembered all the stuff that King, you know, did for Diana back then. So it kind of makes sense on the way Diana pretty much feels about King and how he pretty much sorry about that. Anyways, so when it comes to that, she finally explains it. She goes like, oh, what about you, Elizabeth? Looks like you probably looks like you kind of have like that same kind of feelings as well about Meliodas. And she's like, well, yeah, kind of in a way. It's just like, you know, I kind of like being with him, and you know, it always makes me happy. Just like every time, you know, I get this really very happy emotional feeling when I'm around him. But she's like, wait a minute, I do remember something about like Liz. I believe he might already be interested in someone else, but I'm pretty sure, I think she already knows that Liz is dead, so she does have a chance to actually be with Meliodas if it wants to. And Meliodas has already seen like Elizabeth's like fucking panties so many freaking times, and just like those little gags, how, you know, he's always flipping her panties open and stuff like that, etc, etc. So yeah. So basically, yeah, so we actually do get a little bit inside the good old Meliodas that we know and love. So again, when it comes to pacing, again, it's very fast paced when it comes to the pacing. Not to mention, we also get to the other sides of Hendrickson, and we see that the commandments, you know, they're right there. You know, they're pretty much, you know, just talking with him pretty much. Says that, well, we better, you know, trying to actually, you know, tell him about, you know, the 7 deadly sins, etc. So we got a little bit of side things with that going on, and especially because he senses how powerful Meliodas is, the leader. He's like, oh shit, all right, we gotta prepare ourselves. So basically, that's exactly what's going on right there. So Meliodas and the 10 Commandments, they really have something like between a history thing going on. Not so sure what that's going to be about, even though I do remember reading some of these parts in the manga. But again, I haven't fully caught up with the manga, so don't count me on that yet. So further beyond, I have no idea what's going to happen after that. But I do remember the stuff that happened, you know, with Bond and the King. Let's get to that, by the way. Again, a lot of cool things, you know, happened in this episode. But very fast pacing. Nonetheless, the pacing was absolutely fast in this episode. So, as it should be, but at least the pacing wasn't really rushed. It felt just about right. Then we move on with King and Bond, and we got to the, you know, the fairy forest, and all of a sudden they already see King, and already, you know, they call him a traitor, you know, from what happened, you know, from Hydrogen, I believe that was his name, Hydrogen, and basically, you know, oh, you know, he's a traitor, ever since you left, everything went to shit, after, you know, Liana pretty much died, all because of you. You're a coward, you're a pussy, you know, you're all that stuff. Basically, Bond is our new king. Bond is someone else that won't abandon our comrades, etc. Bond's like, look, just don't call me king, alright? Look, I wouldn't, like, why would I become king when I actually sacrificed her body in order to save my life? So, why the hell are you calling me king? I don't deserve it. So that's basically what's going on. And then King actually sees his best friend. He sees his best friend through a helmet, you know, throughout, you know, with his spirit, and he sees him there. He's like, wow, you're just the same old pussy as ever. It's like, yeah, thanks, dude. So basically, that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what's going on. So then what happens is that while he's seeing that, Jericho actually comes with Bond. She's like, well, obviously because you saved me. It's not like because I like you or anything like that. It's like, well, you'd be surprised, especially the way she was hugging, like, with Liana. So we kind of already got that, like, feel when it comes to that. So, you know, from the way it's like, look, don't worry, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, I'm gonna bring her back. And the way you can tell by Jericho, she's extremely jealous. You can obviously tell she's extremely jealous of that. So we have that going on also within this episode. I'm trying to remember exactly what else we got. Oh yeah, the ending. Let's talk about that with Gowther. So Gowther pretty much wipes away Gil, which, you know, Gil's memories got completely wiped because because the thing is, Gowther wanted to have a relationship with her, but in reality it's like because of the little brother Zeal, he's getting Molly in the way. It's because the reason why Gowther wanted to be like a true family, or better yet, to have like an actual love relationship between them. So basically that's the reason why Diane was really pissed off. She's like, you can't just do that to someone's memories. That's really fucked up. So that's basically what Diane is really fighting for the side to get the memories back. So it's going to be a fight between Diane and Gowther, but again, I don't think we're going to be getting that particular episode regardless. And Meliodas message to Merlin saying like, oh, you got to give me back something that you stole from me 10 years ago, which I'm thinking has to do with either probably the weapon or whatever, or the part. It's only like half of it, but part of the weapon, which I believe could be the preview for the next episode, is where Meliodas finds like maybe it's the longer extended version of that sword. That's probably what it is, that longer extended version of that sword for part of his weapon, which I'm pretty think is the source of his power will probably become ridiculously unfold once he gets at the end. So in conclusion, that's pretty much it for my review of the 7 Deadly Sins season 2 episode 2. Overall, a lot of shit. The pacing is like all over the place with the episode, but that doesn't basically make it bad at all. In fact, this episode was actually like, wow, like a lot of crazy things, you know, got revealed when it actually comes to this episode. And honestly, were there anything negative about the episode? Like any problems that I have with the episode? I guess the pacing for me was fine. Like, again, I had no problems with the pacing whatsoever. I had no problems with the pacing. It didn't really feel too fast. It didn't really feel too slow. I think it was actually fine. So you know what? This is another quality episode. And the way they ended this episode off was actually just holy shit. So 2 of their own members are going to fight each other. Let's fucking go. Like Diane and Gowther, I really got to see how this shit's going to go down. because I don't even think I even read this kind of fight in the manga either. From what I remember, I don't even think I did. But we'll see. Until then, that's basically it. Overall, a solid, clean 5 out of 5 episode. This is really going to be hyped for a lot of things to come. And honestly, this could be one of my top animes of 2018. Right here. JoJo, where you at, baby? You better be coming back. Oh, My Hero Academia Season 3 especially. That's going to be a tough call as well, but we'll see. Anyways, that's basically it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, this week's episode of The 7 Deadly Sins, Season 2, Episode 2. I'll see you guys next week for Episode 3. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Click that bell to join the squad. Follow my social media plugins and gamer tags as well. Peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. And manga fans, keep supporting Rich Reader What You Watch. And yeah, that's it. See you guys next